Welcome in episode 4, the Athletes Insight podcast. We interviewed Peyton Harrison yesterday, and gave us some good insight on 3A. I think I learned a lot there, and and so I want to talk. I guess you can talk about what happened last week, why we didn't post them.
All right, so last week we've made 3 episodes so far. Last week we made episode 4, and we talked with Davian Hall from Elkins
And their DC.
and their defensive coordinator also, and we also talked with Coach Christopher Gunner, our offensive coordinator, and in my opinion, those are our two best.
I agree.
Our two best recordings that we've had so far.
I agree.
And had technical difficulties, very bad technical difficulties with both of them.
Yeah.
And so we lost both of them. And apologies to Davian and Coach Gunner. We are so sorry.
Yep.
We fixed the problem though, so that it shouldn't happen again. So.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So on to the Peyton Harrison interview.
All right, so we are here with former Cyclone, current Buckaroo, Peyton Paybot Harrison.
Yes, sir.
Glad to be here.
Mainly receiver and linebacker, safety, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
Over Smackover right now. Peyton, what's the biggest difference down there at Smackover playing football? The biggest difference from coming from here to there?
I'd say playing with not as much guys. So, like at Russellville, I mean, you were offense or you were defense. Now you had some guys that were both ways, but like the receiver position, we had 20 guys. Linemen, we had a ton. Defense, we had a ton of guys.
Yep.
Here, it's like you've got a ton of receivers and a ton of linemen, but everybody, if you play receiver, you play secondary. And if you play line, you play D-line. Like, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
And everyone's playing both ways as much as you can. And you're lucky if you're not going both ways. That's how it kind of is there. Or kind of here. Like there it was if you're lucky if you're going both ways.
Yeah.
Just because that means you were one of – Wheeler thought you were a dog.
Yeah. Because I know dude at Elkins we talked to, he was talking about how he thinks – because we were talking about how he thinks they, like
we asked him how he thinks they would compete with
compete with
7A schools.
Yeah, like Fayetteville, those schools. And they said the big difference was depth. Like, they have all this depth.
Yeah.
Bro, we watched the Fayetteville game. We were at the game. There were like 120 players, I swear, like on the sideline. Like, it was insane.
Yeah.
And if you go to Elkins, it's like 40, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, Fayetteville had they had multiple players with like the same number, which is so weird in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so at Smackover, so at Russell, we had every single, 0 through 100, through 99, every single number.
Yeah.
Here, it's like we've got 1 through 13, and then we've got 15, or 1 through 16, and then 22 through 24, 31, 33. Like, we have spaces and numbers. Like, I don't have every number. I got 19, so I can get 19. Or 18. Couldn't be the Mitchell Manning.
Yeah.
But it's depth, definitely. Like, sidelines, it's 20 people on the sideline. At Russellville, we could be shoulder to shoulder and take up the whole sideline. That's just how it was. There's nowhere near as many people.
Yeah.
I mean, what does practice look like? Like, what's the difference in practice?
I would say, so with practice, it's not so much like 50% of the field is offense, 50% of the field is defense. How we did it, like at Russellville, it's more of 50% of practice is offense, 50% of practice is defense. And so we're getting in the reps that we need on both ways, but it's just less time.
That makes sense.
Like our endo periods, like we're only getting 3 periods of endo instead of at Russellville we were getting 6, 7 because we had the whole practice to do offense only.
Yeah, that makes sense. Lucky. So we'll talk about your season. So you started out super hot, Episcopal, and then Fountain Lake, which he went to.
Yep.
And I was not able to go. But and then y'all play Junction City, which is y'all's rival, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what happened that game? Because y'all looked so good, and then like it just like fell off in that game.
Yeah.
So we're very, very athletic and fast. Like we've got dudes out there running 4.5s with ease. Like, I mean, we've got some dudes that can fly. And because of that, when we played Episcopal and we played Fountain Lake, Episcopal and Fountain Lake, they like Episcopal is a bottom tier of the private schools in Little Rock. So, they get the bottom amount of kids. The kids that can't play PA, Little Rock Christian, all those schools, they don't go. And then Fountain Lake is just, I mean, it was a bunch of really strong white boys. That's just what it was.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of really strong white kids. Well, Fountain Lake or Junction City they are fast and they're like the number one powerlifting school in 3A. Like those dudes are strong. Yeah. I mean, dudes are in there benching like crazy, lifting like crazy. I mean, they do this like the stuff right. They work out like crazy there. And so they had us in the strength game, but they had dudes go down. So like the week before, they had a kid get ejected for fighting. And then like 2 or 3 kids got kicked off the team or got suspended. And so we came into the week we came in that game thinking like, it was gonna be easy. And we game planned them to run some bit of offense, but to really sit in a heavy package. Mm-hmm. And that's what they did the entire game.
Yeah.
And so all they had was their running back and their tight ends. They didn't have their quarterback. They didn't have 2 of their good receivers. So they knew they couldn't do anything. So they sat in heavy and got 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards, and 4 yards every play. And it was one of those things where we didn't come in that game thinking it's gonna be a battle. We thought, oh, they're gonna lie down because they're missing dudes. Like that's what we thought it was gonna be. And it just didn't end that way. And then when we were on offense, they were so strong up front. Our O-line was just getting blown right back, or they were blitzing right off the edge, and we just couldn't get enough time to even get a ball out. Like it was just kind of one of those. Once they got that momentum, they just kept going. But then we went into the second half, and we were only, I think it was like 6-7, and so we go into half, come back out, and we score, they score, and they kick a field goal, and it's 4th and 4, and we're at like the 26, I think. Mm-hmm. And our idea was let's get the first down on 4th and 4, and we're gonna go. And if there's like a minute and 15 left on the clock, run 3 plays, and then our kicker, who is lights out, is gonna go out there and just kick it for 3, and we're gonna win the game by 2 or 1.
Yeah.
And we go out there for that 4th play or for the 4th down, and our offense our O-line, we just had guys not go give it any effort, and they blew right through us, and I think we got to like 3.5 yards.
Dang.
And that's just kind of how it happened. But they hit us in the mouth, and some boys laid down and some boys got up. I feel like that's kind of how that game went.
Yeah. I think it's good y'all had a bye week after that to like.
Yes. So we had the bye week and we got
punched. And I know that, like, as a locker room that was horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll say the good thing about it, I feel like we didn't really fight. Like after the game, you're always going to have that little bit of bickering of, you could have done this or you could have done that. But I feel like in our team group chat and all this stuff, it really wasn't like, you suck and you did. Like it really wasn't. It was very, we're going to be fine. We lost by 2 points. It's fine. Let's keep going. And we were like, okay. Like we took our loss, we picked ourselves up, and we came back Monday and practiced. And for our bye week, we really picked up our intensity on hitting and everything like that. And really just picked up trying to hit harder than other people are and hit faster than everybody else is.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think I've seen that score because I watched that Fountain Lake game. Y'all put 64 points on it. Pretty much scored whenever y'all wanted to. I saw it score. I'm like 17-15. Like there's Some definitely something we went on, and yeah, I think that's good. I mean, y'all get a bye week, and I mean you get 2 weeks to prepare, and really in the grand scheme of things, it's a non-conference game, so it really doesn't matter
Yeah,
that much.
that's
So yeah,
what I feel like everyone was saying. Because we were like, yeah, it's our rivalry, but I mean, it's non-conference.
yeah,
That's
we were just
exactly
like,
how we
okay.
were with Morton. Yeah.
Yeah, like we were just like, yeah, it's our rivals, but it's it's non-conference. We're really we're trying to figure because like last year we figured out pretty early what our team was. Like we were very much run heavy with Tracy and get the ball out. Once you got scared of Tracy and you finally loaded the box in, that's when we threw the ball over you.
Yeah.
Well, we're still at that point right now. I feel like we're still trying to figure out who is the guy that everyone's gonna be like, oh, okay, we can't we got to stop this guy, and then we can. That's how we start working everything around.
yep,
But our running back number 3, Joe Brown, he's pretty much. I mean, Tracy Daniels, but he's just taller.
yeah,
He's built like him. He runs like he doesn't run behind he doesn't run behind the shoulder pads as much as Tracy does, but he's very shifty. He's a dude. 11 guy's name is
yeah, he was
we
really
call him
good.
Juice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tough.
Juice is good. He's our deep ball threat. He's very much of a Mackay. I mean, that's what he is. But he can fly, and he's a dude. He plays both ways for us too. 4, he's our X, but he's very much like Caden Rose. He's not going to go out there and catch all the crazy stuff. He catches the sticks and the digs for 15, 16 yards and makes especially on screen games. He is awesome. When we throw wildcats and we throw all of our screens, he's a dog with that.
yeah,
And then we've got 2 other running backs. Thomas Smith, number 1, he carries our run game a lot just because how fast he is and how he's just very. He runs behind the shoulder pads and he knows how to do it and he knows how to hit holes very well. And then Speedy, that's our fame boy. He's on the news and everything like that. He's short and little, but he's hard to tackle and he's quick. He's quick as all get out.
Yeah.
But that's really what our team is. We really don't have a spot that really falls off. Like even our Y, our tight end our Y hasn't really done that much this year. He's got no catches, not that. But when we need somebody to go block a screen and we need somebody to go block on an outside zone, he'll go set the edge for somebody and he'll let you know it. So I mean, it's not like we're out here and things are falling apart. We have a spot that's slower than the others. We really don't. We've got everything how we need it, and we've got depth at the receiver position where guys can take breaks and guys can switch in and out and see and talk to coach while the plays are still going on.
Yeah, that's good. I think y'all are gonna have high-powered offense. I think
yes,
like y'all are gonna have one of the best offenses in 3A. I know we're going through rankings. They had on Max Preps, they had the 30th ranked team in 3A.
Yeah,
30.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? What do you think? What do you think about that?
Well, I think we started off because new coach and stuff. We were at like 50 or something to start the year. Like our ranking was terrible. So just because it was a new coach, I'm thinking. No one really knew that we got a lot of transfers because new coaches and stuff. A lot of kids transferred in, and it was kind of a punch in the mouth, and I was like, wow, like 50.
Yeah.
Well, we win week 1 and we dropped to like 40 something. We win week 2 by a lot, and we end up in number 10 or number 9 or something like that, and we lose to Junction, and we dropped down probably. I think we were at 30 or something like that again.
Max Preps, y'all are 30 right now.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, we're at 30 right now. So after losing, we were at 9 or 10. After losing to Junction, we're at 30. But I mean, Junction's a team. Those guys are good, and they had dudes that were running 4.4s, 4.5s. Like they were very fast, and they didn't even have their best player. He's a dude. Straight.
Yeah, y'all still held them to under 20 points though.
Yeah. And for a team that's just going to sit there and pound the ball and pretty much just run what Lake Hamilton does and just 4 yards every time, if you're holding them under 20, that was good for us. I feel like.
Yeah. I remember you told me a while back, but I forgot. Where'd your defensive coordinator come from?
Our defensive coordinator is from, I want to say Monticello.
Okay.
Yeah, it's either Magnolia or Monticello, but I honestly can't remember. I think it's Magnolia.
Yeah,
He's the
because I know
Magnolia. 'Cause they're
they had a
5A.
new coach coming this year, so they
Yes,
probably
they're 5A because he went out there and shut out Lakeside last year. He shut down Lakeside last year when they played them in conference. Yeah,
That's
I remember him talking about that. Yeah, but our defense we're fast. I'll say that we are very quick, and so I feel like the only way to beat us is running it down our mouths because then we really can't do nothing.
And that's what Junction
because we
did.
can't use.
Yeah,
that's what they did.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a lot of that stuff. So so I want to talk about who y'all play tomorrow and kind of your thoughts going into that game.
So Harmony Grove is 30 minutes down the road from us.
Yeah.
And so last year they had two dudes they had one dude that he plays at SAU now, and he's a dude. But they think, I wouldn't say like they think they're still that team, but they're very, high confidence. They think they're going to come in because it's a new conference this year, that they're going to come in and run the table. And they're just because a lot of kids grew up with all these boys and played pee-wee ball with them, so they all know each other. They're all talking crap. That's how it always is, I feel like. But I just they picked us to be their homecoming.
Wow.
And
it's early.
Yeah, they picked us to be their homecoming.
Interesting.
And there's a lot of, I know the boys were talking about like 3 or 4 YouTubers are going to be there, and I was like what? Like, I honestly don't see that name. Like, I know it's a big game, and this could be like, this will like set for the conference. Like, if we win this game or they win this game, that'll be the top 3 or top 4. Like, that's kind of how I feel it's going to be. Like, top 4 teams, top 5 teams is probably in this, and us and like three others. But they're good, and they've got 2 dudes, and they've got their quarterback and running back, and they're pretty good. They run, they're pretty quick. It's really just going to be, if they come out in heavy and they come out in the big set that Junction did, it's going to be, we have to set the line of scrimmage behind the ball instead of letting them set it in front of the ball.
Yep.
But watching on film, they give up, I feel like, a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you see a ball go the other way, they just start walking. And so I feel like there's some stuff that we can pick on a bunch of.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you're talking about your conference. What are y'all's, as a team, your expectations for conference this year?
We're hoping, you always hope conference championship, duh. You always hope the conference champs, but it's, if we go out there tomorrow and we beat, when we go out tomorrow and we beat Harmony Grove, it's the top 3 teams is in Prescott. They were in the state championship last year.
Yeah.
They're
they
lost a lot of dudes.
favorites for 3.
Yes. Yeah. But they're still really good.
Right.
Bismarck's a good. Bismarck is very strong, very punch you in the mouth kind of football.
Yeah.
There's us. Centerpoint had a good year last year, and they were in a tough 3A conference. But they're good. They are in the middle of nowhere, and that's kind of their little home field advantage, because it's the middle of nowhere, and there's no good road getting there either.
Yeah.
So it's not fun taking that drive.
Yeah.
But that's really about, there's that top 3, and we're hoping, we get through tomorrow with a win, and then we go into Bismarck at home off a win, off of a conference win, and if we hit Bismarck and we beat them, I wouldn't say our challenge, but like, it's going to be us and Prescott for the champs, I think.
Yeah.
Week 9, I think, is what it is. Week 9 is the date that we have marked on our calendar for conference champs.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, but then we can't forget about Falk. Falk is they're pretty good, but they're a week 10, and they're the last game of the year. They're some dudes too.
Yeah, I mean that you got to watch out for that because
yeah,
if you play, if let's say you go in and beat Prescott,
yeah,
I mean you're going to be at an all time high, and
yes,
you just got to be careful going into that playing Falk
trap game. Yeah,
yeah, trap game, yeah.
that's what we're hoping. I mean, and the thing is, I feel like with them, it's not like we're going out there and playing, like Siloam Springs. It's not like we're going out there and playing a team that's just, it's not very good.
Right.
We're going out there and playing Falk, who last year beat them, and so they, number one, they want to win just because they got beat last year, and two, they know they're good. Like we played them in a scrimmage this year. We played them in like a team camp in early July, I think.
Yeah,
and we went at it pretty good, and those boys were like, "Oh, they have no shot." And that was before we got Mitchell Polk. That was before we got Juice, and we've got a bunch of players that we added from getting transfers and getting people transferring and moving and stuff. And so, I think we're gonna mop it. I think we're gonna be fine with that game.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to talk about 3A. I know there's some pretty good teams in 3A. You got Newport, which I think is the top team. And just what are some other teams you think in the playoffs that could potentially win and cause some trouble over there?
So Newport, I'm from Newport, so I love those guys. Those are my buddies. But Newport's pretty good. They got the boy from BB back.
Yeah, Margaret. Yep.
Yeah. So he went.
That's why we.
Yeah.
And they got the receiver back or he was going to go to Greenwood, and then he ended up coming back.
Yeah. But he was going to go to Greenwood, but he came back. But
we think he went to Greenwood and realized he wasn't at that level.
Yeah, the receiver depth is insane there.
But so I went last year and watched them play Perryville on our bye week.
Yeah.
Week 10. Okay. And I know I saw that kid play, the kid that went to Greenwood.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
it's kind of a toss up with him, I feel like. But they're definitely going to be good with that extra speed that they got from the BB boy.
Yep.
But there's them, Boonville.
Yeah.
Boonville was the champs last year. They're always wing T. They're a tough
Boonville's always
team to beat.
They always have a strong team.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't really know any 3A teams from like Russellville area that were good.
There's not.
No, there's not.
I just, and I don't know any. I don't know any really. A lot of the teams I feel like that are good that I remember, they're all 4A, and so like just because being in 4A, I feel like that's what I know. But I really don't know much 3A teams.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be that Newport, Boonville, Prescott. Like
I think y'all are in that conversation.
Newport, I think the top 10 is like Newport, Prescott, Bismarck, Boonville, Center. Like these are just teams I think that are like
y'all
that are good. Yeah, like us, Harmony Grove. There's just a bunch of teams.
Is Junction City 3A also?
No, Junction's 2A. There's Fordyce. Fordyce, they're like an hour down the road, and they're pretty good. I play with a buddy in baseball that goes to Fordyce, and he plays for them, and he's pretty good too. But they're good. There's a lot of dudes. There's a lot of 3A teams that are good, and there's some 3A teams that are good that I've never even heard of. I don't even know who they are.
There's so many, dude. There's so many.
I mean, there's like we're 3A 7, I think. There's like 10, I think, 3A divisions.
Yeah, there's so like you're looking at the rankings. There's so many teams.
Yeah.
We're crazy.
Yeah, and it's 6A East, 6A West. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I was like, that was easy. You just knew who you were going to play in the playoffs because it was on the other side of the other side of the state.
Yeah. All right, so done talking a little bit about a team and stuff. I want to know from you, what's your favorite high school football memory?
Ooh. I'd have to say, I don't know. Okay. I feel like I've got one from every year that I can't really pick and choose from.
Okay, just say one for every year.
Yeah.
Okay. So freshman year, I played on varsity at Stillwell before we moved to Russellville.
Stillwell, Oklahoma.
We had two Yeah, so Oklahoma, we're the Indians.
Yeah.
And we had 2 quarterbacks, and one was hurt and one was sick. Well, one got hurt in the game, and we didn't have anybody else, so I got to play quarterback for like 3 or 4 drives, and I was like 4 for 4 with like 30 yards passing, and I think I had like 23 yards. Like it was just like some random stat to be playing. But that was when we played Gentry, the Pioneers. Yeah, but that was good. And then my sophomore year, I don't. It's either how close we got to beating Greenwood, just seeing how all of us were sick, like incredibly bad.
Yes.
And we played Greenwood at home, and I mean the news was there. Like that was a huge game.
Yeah.
And seeing us almost beat them, I thought that was crazy. Or us beating West Memphis in the final minutes.
Yeah.
That was a great game.
Bro. That game was awesome.
That was awesome. Honestly, seeing Daryl hit that quarterback out of the game, that was probably my coolest. That's probably my moment. That or seeing Hogue hit the kid from Little Rock Christian and just flatten the kid out. I can't remember what his number was, but it was the running back. I think they handed the ball, and Hogue just put that kid on the floor. It was awesome. But last year, definitely us beating Greenbrier in the at homecoming, that was awesome.
Yeah. Fourth quarter.
The Lake Hamilton game when I caught the ball in the back of the end zone, that one was
we got the video of that.
Tough.
Yes, that video is heat.
Yeah,
but
that video is amazing.
That's really, I feel like that's it. And maybe like when Tracy broke the season record, I feel like that was pretty cool because he literally he broke it on a run where I pancaked the kid and he jumps over me, like jumps over me as I'm pancaking the kid and he scores, and they like put the thing up like he broke the record, and I was like, I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
being a part of that.
Yeah,
but right now for senior year, it's probably I had a toe drag against Episcopal in the end zone.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. Or I feel like that was probably it.
Yeah,
that or I scored a touchdown in front of literally me, and 10 yards away is the Henderson State receiver coach at Henderson State. We're playing in a scrimmage game, and I went up and mossed the kid and scored the touchdown, turned around and just looked at him, and then just gave the ball to the ref. I feel like that was kind of that's a very paywall thing to do.
Yeah. What colleges have interest in you? What colleges do you have interest in? And are you still wanting to play college football? Like what's your plan?
So I'm definitely want to play college football, but
yeah.
I've had a lot of coaches text me, email me hey, fill this questionnaire out, or hey, send us your number so we can keep in contact, and they'll send me stuff all the time. But right now, I have the most interest I'm getting the most interest from NEO, Northeastern Oklahoma. It's a JUCO in Miami, Oklahoma. There's Henderson State. They sent me a game day invite the other day. I'm going to go to the one against OBU. Just that's a great game always.
Yeah, always a good game. Yeah.
UAM, University of Arkansas Monticello. That one, they were pretty interested. The Arkansas State guy's been talking to me a little bit more, I feel like, and so I'm thinking I might be getting in that doorway a little bit. But anywhere really in state, I feel like I'll like that. But just anywhere close to this area, anywhere close to my parents, I feel like I'll be fine with. At least in a 5-6 hour thing, just so if they want to come to a game, they can.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But that's really.
Hey, Arkansas Tech. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, moving with the boys.
Moving with the boys. That's all I'm saying.
Moving with the boys. Face the boys part 2.
Yeah, exactly.
But really, and it's not even I need I'm not chasing. I'm not chasing offer. I'm not gonna chase something that I know I don't need. I'm not gonna chase if I go here, am I getting any NIL money? I don't need NIL money. I don't. I'm going to play football. I don't care.
Yeah.
But
You're paying for your college.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But anywhere I can go that I'm gonna know I'm gonna play, and at least the first 2 years, or at least get some PT, or someone that'll develop me. So then, if I want to transfer, I can.
Right. Yeah.
Like a lot of D2 schools that I've been talking to, they're like, we'll let you come here. Like, we'll come here, pay for your schooling, and we'll develop you to where you can transfer to a D1 or can transfer to a high D2. Like, that's what a lot of them are. They're like, we don't care as much now as, are you going to transfer us or are you not going to transfer? It happens out of the, like, it happens. We want you guys to get better and keep going. Because then they like Henderson State, he was like, you come here and you get better, you transfer and you go to a D1 and you ball out. People are going to look at it and be like, well, he was good, but he came from Henderson State.
Yeah.
So then it gets us more looks. I'm like, that's pretty smart.
Yeah, that is pretty smart.
Yeah.
But
think about that.
I've never thought about it that way.
Yeah, that's pretty smart.
Yeah. Because with like NEO, it's like Northeastern Oklahoma State A&M, and so that's a huge, like, it's a huge juke, it's a huge name, huge, like, small JUCO,
Yeah.
and they had like 28 guys last year from their offense and defense go to D1 schools. Like, they're one of those people that they have the reputation where schools will look immediately at them. And so I feel like that's how it is. But like with the recruiting process now, like, it's crazy.
It's a lot.
No one's unless you're a 5-star and you go to all these camps and you do all that stuff and you're the good height, the good weight, the good speed. Colleges aren't going to look at you until you're a senior. Until you probably after your senior football season, where they have all 3-4 years of film to watch and make their decision. So like, it's not like guys who, their junior year and they have an offer to this or they have an offer to that, because guys aren't worried about that. They're worried about filling their team with the transfer portal.
Yep. Yeah.
So like, that's why I feel like Tracy was amazing, but the transfer portal, I feel like, messed him up, where he didn't get as good of an offer as he should. I guess he deserved. That guy was a baller.
Arkansas Tech got a steal out of him.
Yeah. I mean,
steal.
Dude, the freshman, he's already on the travel list.
No, he played.
Like, I was like,
he gets.
Yeah, I was like, as a freshman in Arkansas Tech, they're not bad. They're a good. They're
a solid conference.
Yeah.
They're a solid conference, solid team, and he's out there getting playing time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's super cool.
But it's very weird now, for sure.
It is, yeah. We asked this to pretty much everybody we talked to. What are your thoughts on like the transfer portal kind of in high school?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's weird because we got a lot of that this year. And it wasn't so much of we were out there recruiting. We were just, you're a high school kid and you're sitting there and you're like, I'm not playing. Like, we have a lot of kids that they were like, I didn't play as much as I wanted to, or I didn't even play. And so you got a new coach and, people did their homework and they found out who dad was and they found out everything about that. And so they were like, we transferred as soon as we found out your dad got the job, because we found out where he was from and we found out how a coach he is. And so we transferred. And we had a lot of dudes like that. And but with dad being in the coaching and being around coaches so much and being a coach for so long, he's like 23 years, I think is what it is right now.
Yeah.
Knowing everybody, a lot of coaches down here were like, well, I don't really have a spot for you, but you want to play. It's your junior year, it's your senior year. Transfer to Smackover and you'll play. Like, I know you're going to play there. Like, you're good. I just have so many people, or I have guys that are just, they've developed more or they have more playing time, so I trust them. Yeah. We have some dudes that are like that they just, it wasn't a fit at their school for that coaching staff, and that kid, he was like, transfer here, you'll play. And that guy was like, okay. And he transferred. But I feel like it's weird, especially being a coach's kid, because I transfer for the only reason of my dad moved. My dad got a new job. My dad, we go to somewhere else.
Right.
And so when I see other kids transfer, I'm like, I don't understand. I'm like, why'd you transfer?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if I had a choice, if I could stay somewhere, I'd be like, okay, I want to stay here now. I don't want to
Yeah,
move
me
again.
too.
And I see kids moving, I'm like, there's no point. Like, there's really, unless you have to, like, you should stay.
Yeah, like I
But
can see if it's your senior year and you're like you're not sure if you're gonna play and you have aspirations to play at the next level, then I'm like,
yeah,
I understand, but that's like the only
yeah,
case I see.
But like I don't really ever see that happen.
Yeah, there's not a lot of
Mm.
that.
Yeah.
Because if you're not playing and it's your senior year, then you're probably not gonna play college. So it's like,
yeah.
yeah, I
That's
don't
I
know.
feel like it is.
Yeah, but yeah, well, I think that'll wrap it up. It was a good
All right.
interview. Glad we got you on. So it should be posted tomorrow before the game.
Okay.
And
Yeah. We're trying to have it. We're gonna
Who are you playing
want to
tomorrow?
have
We're
it out
playing,
before. What?
who are you playing?
Oh, we're playing. We were playing
Van
Van
Buren
Buren
High?
tomorrow at
Oh,
home.
the Pointers.
Oh yeah, blackout.
Hey, clones by 90. Clones by 90.
90. Roll clones.
Clones by 90.
This guy. Hey, listen. One more question, actually.
Okay.
I was talking about this with Kate. I think personally, I want it to rain tomorrow.
I don't. Dude,
Do you want it to rain tomorrow?
their D lineman is insane. I'm gonna say number 51. Big guy.
They're a good run team, but we're not like all the schools that have been 6A. We all have grass, and their grass is not it's not good. So if it rains, it's gonna be a mud bowl.
Oh,
And I think if it rains, it's gonna be bad for them. So I'm hoping for rain, but if I don't get it, that's fine. Because I mean, if it rains, we saw last year at Lake Hamilton, I can catch in the rain. It's fine, I'll be fine. But like, I want it to rain. I want it to pour. I want it to be muddy as it can be. And like we're wearing our white jerseys tomorrow, white jersey, black pants. It's clean. I want that thing to be brown. I want my.
Bro, you need to hit the Justin Fields slide after the game.
Yeah, I'm talking about. I want like at Fountain Lake. I slide canceled in the end zone. I'm trying to do that again, but like that's just. I want it to rain just for the fact of it's going to be awesome if it does.
Yes, bro. But I love playing in the rain. It's so fun.
If it doesn't, that's fine. I'm not gonna complain.
I personally think it hurts us because I think they have a really good run defense, and I think we could be like they don't look that great against pass. I think we could pass all over them, but I don't know. And then with them, like I mean, they have a lot of basic. Their offense real basic, so it's like I don't think it's gonna affect them that much. But I don't know.
I want it to rain because number one, that's so fun and to play in the rain.
Yeah, number it's awesome playing in the rain.
I know that our guys are more mentally tough than theirs.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And yeah. Hey,
did their guys run 100?
Yeah, they didn't run 100.
Yeah. Hey, have they ran 100s? I don't.
No.
I don't think so. Have they done Complex Wednesdays?
Nope. Did they do the Death Star? No, I don't think so.
They don't know about the July workouts.
They don't know about the July workouts. Ooh. Nobody does. That's what I love. Like when we would work out here and stuff, and those boys. I mean, like before we got here, it was like show up in the summer if you can, and we'll lift and maybe throw the ball around a little bit. Wow. When we got here, it was you're here mandatory. If not, you're just gonna run whenever you get here.
Yeah, cooked.
Yeah, you're cooked. And when we were working out that first week, those boys were dying. And I was sitting there and I was like, Peyton, how are you so you're fine through this? I was like, y'all don't know nothing about Dave Wheeler.
Bro, Dave Wheeler's workouts will kill you.
I was like, those workouts would make a war criminal break. I was like, that. I was like, there's nothing you can do. You get any information out of me is making me do his workouts. There ain't nothing.
That's funny.
Yeah. I think it'll be a fun game if it rains.
Yeah. Yes. I agree. Yeah. Every football player loves to play in the rain.
Yes.
Yeah.
We love playing in the rain. We hate playing in the cold. That's how it is.
All right. So now on to the week 3 recap?
Week 3, yeah.
Yeah, week 3 recap, and then week 4 preview. Start off with the week 3 recap. There wasn't a ton of games this week. But
most people had their bye week, week 3, because they wanted to get a break before conference started.
Yep.
So most teams, including us, played 3 games, non-conference, had a bye week, nice little bye week before conference started, and now week 4 is conference. So.
Yep. And we traveled up to watch the Fayetteville versus Texas High game, which was game. I think it was the best high school game I've ever been at. It was crazy so atmosphere. There was Georgia coaches. There was there was an Oregon coach. There's a ton of coaches there. Texas High had a really good team, but I mean Fayetteville, they start off the game 28-7, and then they end up losing 55-54. So what did you think about that game?
I mean it was crazy. I remember I told you after the first quarter they scored 28 points.
Yeah.
And I was like, they weren't stopping their big plays. Texas was not stopping Fayetteville's big plays. And I told Cade and I said, Texas is gonna stop their big plays, and it's gonna be a bad day. It's gonna be a bad day for Fayetteville once they stop their big plays, and then that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And Texas had some dudes. Fayetteville had some dudes. But I think, and honestly, like it looked and felt like the guys from Texas wanted it more at the end.
Yeah, you could definitely tell. And then Fayetteville, I know you look at the score, be like, oh, they lost 55-54.
They were up the whole game.
Yeah, they were up the whole game, up 28-7. They should have won that game. If they're up by 48-47 with 2 minutes left. With Texas High only has one timeout. It's like second down. They can just run out the clock. They literally can run out the clock and then win the game. And then they score a touchdown. PAT gets blocked. So then it makes it a 7-point game. The Texas High goes down, scores a crazy touchdown, and gets the 2-point, and then they win. That's what happened.
Yeah.
It was a really good game.
Fayetteville got the ball back after that, but they didn't have much time. And
their quarterback kind of crumbled.
Threw a pick.
Yeah, but I think it's just poor. I don't know if the coaches told him to sit down because that was just dumb.
He shouldn't have scored on that.
Shouldn't have scored.
No.
Because everyone started celebrating. I'm like, that was dumb.
Bro, they gave him the ball with 2 minutes left.
I know. Right
every team does 2-minute drill.
Yeah.
Like every team does that all the time.
Yeah. Like right when they scored, literally the second they scored, I was like, that was stupid. That was dumb.
It was very dumb.
Yep. And it was cool because we were in the Texas High section, like where the fans were, and they were when they scored that touchdown and they got stopped, it was
insane.
Yeah, it's great. They had some really good the band.
And when we went, I was rooting for Fayetteville.
And then, bro, at the end, I kind of was rooting for Texas.
I was rooting for Texas because number one, the guys from Fayetteville were kind of hard to root for watching them. Like I don't know, they're pretty cocky.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, we were over in the Texas side, and everybody there was so nice. Yeah. I don't know, like they were cool. They were cool people. And so I don't know. I started rooting for them. I liked them a lot.
Yeah, but I think that was a good decision to go to that game because it was a really good game. Because there's not a lot of good games. When I saw that game, I was like, dang, that's gonna be a freaking good game.
Yeah,
and it was. It definitely looked.
It was an amazing game.
Getting on other games. So Southside only beat. Oh, I didn't even see that. Southside only beat Southwest 41-28. Huh.
That's kind of weird.
That's a very close score. I mean,
I thought it was gonna be a blowout.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe Southside scored some of those points at the end, but I don't know. Like, there's a lot of ways. I want to watch that game because that's a close score. I did not think it was gonna be that close.
I didn't know it was that close. To be honest.
I think that shows me that Southside is in that same kind of mold as y'all, Van Buren, Mountain Home, Lake Hamilton, all them. Yeah. I think there's not a difference to anything.
Yeah. Christian smoked.
Yeah, West Memphis is not good. They're not a good.
West Memphis this is a bad year for them.
Usually they're not bad. Usually they're not a bad team.
Yeah.
I know 2 years ago beat them in playoffs.
But that 2 years ago they had a great team. They had an insane team.
Yep. So they just fall off in Little Rock Christian. I think they started off the year kind of weird with that El Dorado game, and then I think they've gotten better, and they're I don't hate the number 9 ranking for them. And then Bentonville, they lost to Lee Summit North. It's
the fact
team of Missouri.
Max Preps has them ranked number 10 and they're 0-3.
Yeah,
I just think that's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful to a lot of teams under them. I think there's a lot of teams I think Lakeside's probably a better team than Joe T's probably a better team. I think they compete, and they're down in the 20s and.
Yeah, I mean it's just hard. It's hard to tell how good they are because they have played really good teams, but they haven't won a game.
They haven't won a game, so you can't put them that high and they haven't won a game.
That's bad.
Yeah, and because who knows how good Lee Summit North? They're probably all right, but
Bentonville still has yet to win a game.
And then Mountain Home game, 50-25 against Missouri
Rolla.
Yeah, Missouri team. I think that might be where their coach was from. I can't. It was either that. Or
their coach is from Missouri.
He's from Missouri. They're Mount Home's new coach, Steve Ari, I think, or something like that.
Ari.
But yeah, he's a good coach, and they've gone down and they've played good games. They're 3-0.
3-0. Yep.
And they play. We'll get into that who they play this week, and it should be a really good game. But a good win for Mountain Home. I know they've got a lot of juniors on the team, kind of looking through their team.
Future.
So I think next year they'll probably even better. That North Little Rock game, we were almost going to that game.
Yeah.
So
it was a decent game. 27-17.
Yeah, I mean,
we expected Catholic to win that.
Yeah, like that's exactly what I expected the score to be, pretty much. And that's what it was. I think Catholic's overrated.
Yep.
So yeah, Clarksville beat Dover.
Clarksville had like a 30-something losing streak.
Actually?
Yes.
They beat Dover?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Shout out Clarksville.
Yeah, shout out Clarksville. They didn't play like a horrible game against Pottsville either. Like that game was like sort of close. Not really, but like
it was like 31-6. I'm pretty sure.
I think they scored 1-6. I think they had like Central beat Heritage.
Oh yeah, Central snapped their losing streak. I mean, yeah, they snapped their losing streak too.
They might be 2-1. They might have 2 wins on the year. I feel like they beat someone at the start of the year, maybe.
I don't think they did.
Yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, 2-2.
There's no way.
They beat Jacksonville 9-0.
That might be a benefit game.
That's a
I bet that's a benefit
game.
game.
They played Springdale 49-21. That's exactly what Van Buren's score was. It was like 49-28.
Yeah, I mean they're not as bad as they normally are.
And then Southside smoked them, but
yeah,
not bad.
They could beat some teams in their conference. I bet the lower end.
Yeah, I know they played Bryant this week, so good luck with that one.
It's bad day to be a Tiger.
Yep.
All right, BB Bologna.
Yeah, BB Bologna. Bologna's their solid team. I know that.
Bologna's gotten a lot better. They've been down in the dumps past few years, but I think they've turned it around quite a bit. They're doing pretty good.
Yeah, ever since they lost Austin Myers, that team was really good. His senior year, they had a really good football team.
Yep. And they had a receiver, number 1. He was tough.
Yeah, like they had a really good team. I remember they were one of the top teams in Arkansas. They were like top 10, top 15 team in Arkansas.
Yeah.
But they're getting back on the right track after a couple of down years.
Yeah.
And then Benton Harding Academy, Benton just absolutely killed them. I thought it'd be a little bit closer. Like it was at Harding Academy too. Like
Benton's good.
Yeah,
Benton's good, dude.
They're a good football team.
I mean, like that shows the difference between 6A and 5A though.
Yeah,
because Harding is going to be one of the best teams in 5A this year, and Benton's one of the best teams in 6A also. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
they killed him.
Yeah, they just killed him. It was that's a bad 63 points. Be one of the best 5A. Yeah. But on to this week. I know yesterday Parkview and Hot Springs played. That Hot Springs and Parkview killed them 52-14. I expected.
Yeah.
And then so the first game here we got Central Bryant. I think Bryant kills them at home. It'll probably be like 58 to.
Good conference
7.
opener for Bryant.
Yep, it'll be a good game. Give them some confidence. I mean, they're 3-0. They shouldn't lose a game. I know 7A is pretty hard, but that team they beat Parkview pretty handily. So. Yeah. And Northside Rogers. I think watching Rogers I watched them against Sheridan. Some of that stuff, they're not a horrible team.
Rogers is good, dude.
Yeah, their D line looked really good. They dominated Sheridan. And they got some solid skill guys. I think they'll probably beat Northside pretty handily there.
Yeah, they got some big dudes.
Home. Paybot kind of talked
Falcon Prescott. That should be a good game.
Yeah, he talked a little bit about both of those teams. Actually, Prescott 3-0, Falcon 3-0. So should be a solid game. I know.
Yeah.
Prescott's supposed to be one of the best teams in 3A. Peyton was talking about that. So that'd be a good game. To come out undefeated. Cedarville, Boonville. Didn't he say Cedarville's pretty good?
Yeah, that should be a good game.
Yeah, I know Boonville's they're 3-0, Cedarville's 1-2, but I know he talked about how Cedarville's a pretty solid team there in 3A.
Yep.
Playing at Boonville, ranked number 25. Nice preps. Arkansas Magnolia. I think Magnolia's had a pretty good start to the year.
Yeah.
And
and we talked about 5A South.
in the first episode, I think Magnolia probably comes out with that win.
Yes. Joe T will kill Watson Chapel.
Yeah. All right, here's a good game. Cabot, Little Rock Christian at Cabot.
I'm taking Cabot.
Yeah, I think at home I take
Cabot
Cabot too. I think Little Rock Christian's probably favored in that game.
Yeah.
But I could see both teams winning. I wouldn't be surprised if either team wins. But I would be a little surprised if it's like a 20
If it's a blowout,
I'd be surprised.
If it's a blowout, I'll be very surprised.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a great game, but I think Cabot comes out on top.
I think Cabot wins by double digits, like 10. I think Cabot wins by like 10.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Jonesboro Benton. So this is like
yes,
sleeper game. Did you see Jonesboro 0-3? Like, oh, they suck.
But they played some great teams.
Their non-conference is really
They might have had one of the best non-conference schedules, like in 6A.
Yeah. And it sucks because they're probably gonna start the year 0-4 playing Benton. Just shows like
it's tough for the locker room.
Shows how tough. But like they're a really solid team. I think they shouldn't get down if they lose this game. But I think I could see this even being an upset too. Like I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah.
But like
I wouldn't be surprised at all if Jonesboro came out with a win against Benton.
Yeah. Like I think it could happen. I think it's probably a 17-point win for Benton here. But
yeah,
I think Jonesboro could go out and I think they compete and show that they're a pretty solid team. Conway will absolutely kill Little Rock Southwest. Got Arkadelphia, Nashville. I think Arkadelphia.
We watched a little bit of Arkadelphia and Lake Hamilton.
Yeah.
Arkadelphia looked good.
Yeah, I mean they played kind of toe to toe. Like Arkadelphia did not look that much worse than Lake Hamilton.
Yeah.
And but at Nashville, I know
they got some athletes.
Yeah, Dardanelle beat Nashville. I think Arkadelphia is probably a better team than Dardanelle. So I think Arkadelphia comes out with that win. We got Alma Harrison. I know I saw Harrison's Barstool posted something about Izzy. It's kind of funny. But I don't know why they're talking there.
Alma should win.
Alma should win going there. I know Izzy talked to some people from Alma. I know he said he didn't play last game against Hot Springs and they still end up coming with the win. And
so if they can beat Hot Springs without him.
Yeah, and he's going to be back this week. They were just saving him for conference because he's kind of been banged up. They're giving him like 30 carries a game.
Yes.
And playing linebacker or playing D-line linebacker, whatever he's freaking doing.
He plays everything.
Yeah, so
he is the team.
I've talked about he literally is the team at Alma. So I think they'll come up with a win. Be 3-1, and Alma is a pretty solid team.
Mountain Home Southside.
I think potentially game of the week.
I think game of the week.
Yeah.
They're very
far drive for Mountain Home.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be really
that's pretty much
nice to see who comes out on top of that game. For some reason, Mountain Home isn't even ranked by Max
really
Preps.
Dumb.
That's horrible.
Really dumb. I think Mountain Home wins this game.
I agree. I think Mountain Home has a better team than Southside, but it is at Southside.
Yeah. So like I could I don't know Southside's home field advantage. I don't know.
I mean, okay, last year in the 6A West, there was only one away victory, not by Little Rock Christian, PA, and Greenwood.
Yeah.
So last year in the 6A West, besides those top three insane schools,
like
every single time except one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like Van Buren beat Siloam at Siloam.
Yeah, like that didn't even count.
Yeah, but except that one, the home team always won.
Yeah.
I mean that.
Crazy.
I mean.
These teams that are all grouped together, I think having that advantage, even putting those stats last year, like Southside probably is favored in this game.
Yeah.
Like they should be. Okay?
Yeah.
But I think Mountain Home can go out, and I think they win.
I think Mountain Home wins.
Yeah. But I could definitely see Southside win. They're both really good teams. I think that's a good team or a good game to tell, which team's better. I think it'll be a good game to watch on film too.
Mm-hmm. It will.
Harbor, Bentonville. I think that'll be a good game. I think it will. I think Bentonville wins.
I think Bentonville wins by quite a bit.
Yeah, I just don't know with Bentonville. They're 0-3. I know they've had a hard schedule.
Yeah, it is so hard to tell because they haven't won a game.
Yeah, Harbor's not like absolutely terrible though. They're not.
Yeah.
Like they're not terrible.
They have a better team than they normally have.
Yeah, I agree. They're not absolutely terrible. So I think, but it's at Bentonville. I know they're both really close, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And then getting on to a game here at Russellville, Van Buren at Russellville. What are your thoughts going into that game?
We're coming off a bye week. We really need to win this game.
Yep.
This game is super important for the conference. Because how we've talked about before, how there's like a group of teams in our conference that are all super close in how
like
good we
4
are.
or 5, yep.
Like we're so close. Mountain Home, Southside, us, Van Buren, Lake Hamilton. You could possibly even put Shiloh in there because there's a question mark by them.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
think we'll talk about their game later on, but I think there's a question mark. I agree.
Yeah. I mean, those are 6 teams, and there's 6 spots, and one of those spots is taken by Greenwood for sure. I mean, Greenwood's gonna.
I think Greenwood, Shiloh are logs. I think Greenwood, Shiloh are logs.
Yeah. But theoretically, there's those 6 teams that are very close in skill level. One of them doesn't make it.
Yeah.
And this is one of those 6 teams, and in my opinion, this is the most beatable out of them, except maybe Lake Hamilton. Them and Lake Hamilton are very similar.
Yeah.
But this game is huge. First game of conference.
So you got a statement game. Like if y'all win this game, y'all probably make state.
We win this game. We start off 1-0 in conference.
3-1 overall.
Who doesn't want to start 1-0 in conference? That's great.
Yeah, and then y'all go in this game. Y'all only need to win two games in conference to make the state. Damn, so win Salem, Van Buren, and made state.
Yep.
So I think and Salem should be a gimme, but we're not gonna say it. It's at home, should be a gimme. But I think this is the biggest game of the year. He had a close game. Probably should have beat Sylvan Hills by a little bit more. I know they came out and played good, but
I mean, they didn't show anything that showed on film.
Yeah, this is a good statement game to show that y'all are a really good team, and possibly I think y'all are ranked after this game in the top 25, which it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, rankings does not matter at all.
I think we're a top 25 team anyway. But if y'all win this game, y'all are a top 25 team.
Like I understand that we're not ranked because people that make the rankings don't watch every single game, and so I bet they haven't even watched our games. But like if you have watched us, you'd understand that we should be in the top 25. But if you don't watch and just look at scoreboard and box scores, I understand. It's understandable.
And the thing is, I generally think we've watched more high school football games than any of the guys that do these rankings.
I promise you we have.
I promise you we have. I promise you we have. I promise you we know more than most people, and we're in the loop. Like we actually, like you're actually playing.
Yeah.
Like you played these teams. Like they're out there just watching. And I'm like that too. But I actually like watch these games. I know what's going on. I've watched film on a lot of these teams. So yeah, I think. Like the more I go to it, I really want us to win. I really do want us to win. It's probably gonna rain, and
I want it to rain so bad.
We'll see. But I think Van Buren wins, but I really hope we win.
Because here's the thing: if it rains,
it's a close game.
If it rains, we're at home. Okay.
Yeah.
If we got a rain delay, we go and we sit in our indoor, in our locker room.
Yeah.
They go in our crappy visitors locker room.
It's bad.
Like it's bad.
It's bad.
I'm not even gonna lie. Our visitor locker room is horrible.
It's horrible. The indoor's not.
It's gonna be all muggy in there. And they gotta sit in there for who knows how long.
Yeah.
And
the longer the better.
Yes, the longer the better. Actually, like if we started the game at 10 o'clock, it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing. And I know for a fact that this game is gonna take a lot of mental toughness to win.
Yep.
And I also know for a fact that they're not as mentally tough as our team.
Yeah.
I put my entire life savings on to bet that. Like, I know for a fact that we are mentally tough than them, and we're just gonna go hit them in the mouth.
Yeah. So I want to talk about there any injuries and kind of game plan stuff that game. Then we'll go on to the next game. But what are some like injuries, kind of game plan stuff?
Sam Callahan. He's out.
Okay. Number 29, he's made some really
running
big
back
plays.
and corner. Very valuable. Very, very, very
Two
valuable
of the biggest
sophomore.
plays of the year.
Yeah. I mean, he had a 94-yard run, and that's when he got hurt. When he got foot tackled in the end zone. They didn't even call it a touchdown.
Yeah.
He's our only injury.
Yeah.
So
that's big for being going starting conference play and you only have one injury, and you know he's not even starting running back. I mean,
exactly.
He's a big piece, but it's
exactly.
okay.
And if we have all our starters, he's not even a starter.
Yeah.
On defense or offense.
Yeah.
Now he's a very, very valuable backup because we rotate a lot.
Yep.
That way we're fresh, and so, the one thing I'd say we got to worry about is getting beat deep.
I agree.
Cooley
is
very explosive.
I think if it's running, I think that if it's raining, I think that takes that away a little bit.
Exactly.
And I know y'all have been game planning for Cooley. I know there's a lot of shading the safety, that kind of that side, and a lot of always know where he's at.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times we'll be in zone. There's somebody manned up on him.
Yep.
like.
I think that's the way to do it. You have someone man up on and then have a zone,
Yeah.
deep and cover 3 or something. But yeah, I think it'll be a good game and hopefully win. But on the next game, so we got Lakeside, Camden, Fairview, number 21 against 22.
Such a good game.
At Camden, Fairview.
Such a good game, dude.
Yeah, like I personally think Lakeside wins this game.
I do too.
But Camden, Fairview, I could go at home and I could see them winning and
solid.
The statement.
I mean, Max Preps has them ranked 21 Lakeside and 22 Camden, Fairview.
Yeah,
like that.
That's a good game. It's a good 5A South matchup.
Yeah, and the winner of that game puts himself.
Like to that second spot.
They're probably gonna be that second spot.
Yeah, like that catapults them to that second spot in 5A South because I think it's them 3 and then you got Magnolia. And
at the beginning of the year, I thought that Camden Fairview was gonna be better, like solid, more better than Lakeside.
Yeah.
But as I've seen games,
Lakeside.
I think Lakeside's better.
Lakeside surprised me beating Lake Hamilton. They blew out Sheridan, Coach Kelly there, and I think they're a pretty solid team. I think Lakeside comes out with this win.
Yeah.
I think if it was at Lakeside, they'd for sure win.
Oh yeah.
But at Camden Fairview, I think that gives them a little bit of an advantage. Going into
Lake Hamilton has a
6A West.
Oh, Lake Hamilton has a far game up in Siloam.
That's a
Hot Springs to Siloam Springs.
Yeah,
dude, that's far.
I wonder, bro, if they would travel to Mount Home, Lake Hamilton to Mount, that would be bad. That would be really far. That's like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah. No, I mean they're literally going from pretty much it's a little bit south of the center of the state.
Yeah.
And they're going all the way up to Northwest Arkansas, way at the tip.
Yeah.
Like that is very far.
Yeah, and I mean they'll win the game. I mean, but the thing is, I could see Siloam. If Siloam was going to win,
this would be their game to win.
This would be the game they're going to win.
With Lake Hamilton traveling all that, and with this being one of the weaker teams in our conference, not saying they're a weak team because
they're number 24.
Our conference is very strong.
Yeah.
But this is a winnable game for them.
I don't think they.
I don't think they do.
Yeah.
But it is winnable.
Yeah. I mean, I would love them to go out there and win this football game. I'd love to see it because I know they're running kind of the triple option stuff. This will be a not fun game to watch. Like this game will not be fun to watch.
Like Hamilton only runs the ball.
Wing T versus freaking triple option. Like this is not fun football. But I think Siloam that's better for Siloam. I think it's going to be a low scoring game.
Yeah.
I think Siloam wins this game. It's going to be like 14-10, 14-7, and I think either
underrated game.
Underrated. Like Siloam could win this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody in the state is probably thinking, "Oh, Lake Hamilton's going to win."
But I think we're staying here first. I think Siloam Springs could go out and upset them here.
Yeah.
At home.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think Lake Hamilton wins. With
Yeah,
that being
I
said,
agree.
I think they win.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, here we got a good game here. Win in Brooklyn.
Win in Brooklyn. Brooklyn is ranked number 1
on the 5A computer rankings.
5A computer rankings. Now, Nate Olson himself has said that, I mean, those computer rankings are kind of stupid because they're made by a computer, not by them.
Yeah, which they get better throughout the year.
Yeah, they do get better, but only having 3 games, it's really hard for a computer to be able to rank teams just off of stats.
Yeah.
So,
but I think that's a game where I think Win wins this game. They're 2-1 going to Brooklyn. I think they go out and win this game. I think they're a better team than them.
Agreed.
Agreed. So then Bologna kills Clarksville at Clarksville.
Yeah.
Marion, Sylvan Hills. I think this could be a closer game than what people think. I think Marion.
It's just a matter of fact. Will Sylvan Hills try?
Yeah.
Will they try? I don't know.
Yeah.
If they try, they're still gonna lose, but it won't be bad.
Yeah.
If they don't try, it's a blowout.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then Elkins probably killed Gentry. We got the Hope versus the Queen game for in the 5A South, the 2 worst
5A
teams.
South, bottom of the barrel.
Yep.
Who's the better worst team?
Yeah. It's like basketball, friggin' Siloam and Greenwood last year.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. El Dorado Catholic.
That's underrated game. Underrated game.
Very underrated game.
I think at Catholic.
I'm surprised
at
Max
War
Preps
Memorial.
doesn't have Catholic ranked.
I'm surprised too.
That's very odd. Dude.
Yeah, they're 3-0. They beat a Texas team by like 40. That is surprising.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean they only beat North Little Rock by. I mean I agree with them not being ranked. I agree, but I would think in their head like they would rank them.
Yeah, it just surprised me a little bit.
Yeah.
And they have El Dorado 19.
Yeah. I think El Dorado wins this game, but I think
I agree.
It could be either way. I think Catholic could win this game too. It's a drive.
A little bit of a drive.
Eldo
everywhere they go is gonna be far.
Yeah, because they're. Yeah, bro. They go. Dude, they might have to go to like Marion and like.
Yeah.
Like
that's far.
school
West
like
Memphis.
West Memphis. That's bad.
Literally diagonal across the state.
That's bad. Okay, here we go. Greenwood, Shiloh Christian. At Shiloh Christian.
Woo.
Okay. Greenwood's by 30. But
Shiloh has a chance to make a statement here.
yeah, I like generally, I don't know, like this will be a really good teller game to see how good Shiloh is and really just how good Greenwood is. Like I think Greenwood, I generally think they win by 30.
I agree. Yeah.
Like
That's not ridiculous to say.
and that's not a knock to Shiloh whatsoever. I just think Greenwood. I think they
Greenwood's
might. I think they're the best team in
offense
the
is
state.
too good.
I think they're the best team in the state.
And the question is, if Greenwood wins this game, will people start ranking them at the number 1 spot?
Which I think they're number 1 team.
I think they're the number 1 team too.
Yeah.
But it's hard to rank them number 1 if you're Scorebook Live or Max Preps because Bryant beat Parkview.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think this is a good game. Number 2 versus number 8. I really hope Shiloh goes out here and competes, but I just don't see it.
I don't see it either.
I don't see it.
And that's so weird that they'll start 0-1 in conference.
Yeah.
Like looking at the conference standings after this
Like,
week,
bro, if Salem wins this game,
they could be
they
above.
could be
Shiloh.
above Shiloh Christian. And I'm telling you right now, Salem's not even close to as good as the team as Shiloh Christian. So, yeah. And then we got Maumelle, BB. I think Maumelle probably goes there and wins that game.
Probably, yes. They should.
Should, on paper. I think Farmington beats Peerage there. Peerage, not that good of a football team. Lost to Salem. Dardanelle kills Dover.
Yeah.
We got 2 horrible teams, Pine Bluff, Jacksonville. We got,
Bentonville West, Fayetteville.
I think Fayetteville 5 is crazy. That's insane. That's bad.
Okay, yes, they lost that game to Texas,
Oh,
but dude, they're
they
good.
didn't lose. They didn't lose.
And they should have won.
They beat themselves.
They
dude.
should have won. Texas didn't beat them; they beat themselves.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And they had to lead the whole game. And even though they lost that game, 5 is still a bad ranking.
Yeah, I think they kill Bentonville West. Bentonville West 0-3. I know they've had a tough schedule, but I think Fayetteville kills them here at home.
Fayetteville should be ranked.
I think
3 or
they're
4.
probably like they're probably mad. Like they want to go freaking.
Yeah.
They're ready to play after that.
And they're playing at home again.
Yeah, like this, they should kill them there. I know Mayflower 3-0 playing a 2-1 Mountain View team.
Should be a solid game.
Yep. And then we got the best team in the state, Valley View.
I was listening to a podcast the other day. I'm not gonna say the names.
Yeah.
But dude said that Valley View is the number 1 team in the state.
It's bad. That's bad. Just know it's bad.
And
I
I was just astonished. And the other guy was like, "Yeah, I mean, you can make a case for Valley View because they are 3-0, but there are a lot of 3-0 teams in the state."
He's like, "Yeah, like there's a lot of 3-0 teams, like Paragould. They're 3-0.
Paragold's 3-0, so are they number 1 team in the state?
That's pretty much the point he's making. Like, they're not the number 1 team in the state. Not even somewhat close. Not even a top 25 team, I think.
Yeah, we went and last night. Me and Cade watched about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Of Valley View football.
We already.
And we were not impressed at all.
I'm telling you, if they played Fayetteville right now, it'd be 70-0.
Maybe more. Maybe 100-0.
Yeah, it's like, bro, it'd be bad. But they're playing Paragould, both 3-0. I think Valley View probably wins this game. I just don't, I don't know who Paragould's play. I think they've had a pretty bad schedule, a pretty easy schedule. So I think Valley View probably wins that game.
Yeah.
But
they should win.
And then they're going to be 4-0. They're going to probably go up.
Oh, they'll be ranked 10.
Yeah, I can't wait till they freaking actually. Wait, they're in 5A, aren't they?
Yes.
Oh, they're not gonna play any like great.
They play a
teams.
Mickey Mouse schedule.
Like they'll play Harding.
Yeah, they'll lose to Harding.
They'll lose to Harding and probably win, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, they might even go undefeated this year. Like they definitely could. And they're not.
They're not good at all.
Got my boy Waldron, my boy Keegan Lynch playing Ozark at Waldron. They probably lose, but hey, it's okay. Thirsty beats Whitehall. Whitehall is a horrible football team. I think it's going to be a good game. Pottsville, Mina. I think it's a good game.
I agree. I think it's a great game.
Mina's a solid football team.
But I'm taking Pottsville.
I'm taking Mina. I don't know that Pottsville. I think Mina probably wins this game. I know they've got a lot of guys that are getting recruited. I'm talking to guys there, but I think they're a pretty solid team. I think 4A. I think they're 4A. So
yes, they are.
Solid. Okay, then we got
Greenbrier Morrilton.
Yeah, if you saw the Greenbrier Barstool post, no, it was one of the best Barstool posts I've ever seen in my life.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
At Morton, and it's at Morton. Oh,
they're gonna be fired up.
I thought it was at Greenbrier, bro. It's
Both of those teams are gonna be fired up.
Oh.
We played both these teams. I really want Greenbrier to kill Morton because Morton needs to be humbled horribly.
I think Greenbrier wins this football game.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do. But it is at Morton.
Yeah. I mean,
it's at Morton.
Yeah, dude. I'm so glad it's at Morton though. Like, bro, I wanted to be at Morton, bro.
Yeah.
I want them to get beat on their home field.
Yes.
So bad. But yeah, I think that'll be a good game. You know, play both those teams.
I think Morton needs to see they're not as good as they think they are.
Yep, I agree. And then going over, talk to Peyton about this game, smack over Harmony Grove. He even said like they're not a horrible team.
Yeah,
they're in.
He really talked very highly of them.
3A, but you know, he talked about the Junction City game. He thinks it's kind of a fluke game. It's kind of just how they play football. It
was a weird matchup.
Yeah, it's not a great matchup for Smackover, but I think he said talking about how this game should be a better matchup, and I think they go out and win this game pretty handily.
Yeah.
Springdale's gonna kill Heritage.
Heritage is bad, dude. They've lost to Siloam and Little Rock Central.
It's bad. Those are two.
Those are two of the
like
bottom
teams
of
that
the
just
barrel
don't win
teams
football
in the state.
games in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then you got PA North Little Rock. PA will absolutely murder North Little Rock. That might be like 90-0 because the way PA plays football.
Yes.
That would be.
They won't let up.
Yeah, that'd be bad. And then
Newport's
kill Pickett or whatever. And then Sheridan should kill West Memphis.
Yeah.
That game could probably be pretty bad too.
Yeah.
Sheridan. That's not even saying that Sheridan's a great team.
It just West Memphis is horrible.
Or bad.
They're bad.
Little Rock Christian being 48-7. Like, I think Sheridan, the way they play football, they'll should kill West Memphis.
Yep.
And that about does it for week 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean we got some good games.
First week of conference is always so exciting.
Yep.
Everybody's coming off of a bye week. Everybody's ready to play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's definitely how we are.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm excited to play the game tonight. I'm excited to see what happens around the state. It's gonna be a great week.
Yep. I'm excited to watch it be in the student section. We got blackout, but yeah, I think be good to see, especially 6A West, see all the teams and see how it goes.
Yeah.
And it's be big till we can now the games actually start counting. These games are.
I mean, a lot of teams flip a switch when it comes to conference because the games matter.
Yeah, like non-conference, technically they don't matter.
You can lose all your non-conference games, and it means absolutely nothing.
Exactly, like Bentonville being 0-3, like maybe they're
exactly
conference to be a really good team. So
yes,
yeah. So thank you for watching this video. We got posting clips on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts, and post a full podcast. And so yeah, I think that about does it.
Yeah.